Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a subject that some people think is a little tacky, but it's an unfortunate fact of life in artistry that if you want to make a living at it, you have to know how much to charge. That's going to be today's topic. How much should I charge for my art? Now, I can't speak for art as in paintings, things of that nature. I can speak for it when it comes to writing, so that will be what I will be going over today. But before we start, if you are one of those people who feels that art should be free or that you're part of the bourgeois, if you are gauche enough to charge for your art, things of that nature, that I really don't know why you clicked on this video. And if you have sold your book to a publisher, well, realistically, the cost is going to be out of your hands. You're not going to get to choose. If you have an agent, hopefully your agent got you a good deal, so you're actually making some money off of your writing and your hard work, sweat, and tears, but it's kind of out of your hands. But for everybody else, hopefully this video will help you out. So, the first thing to do is to do your research, and you need to check to see what your peers and competitors are charging for similar work. And that is actually very important. If you've written a book that's, let's say, 300 pages, and every other person that you know of who's written a book that's 300 pages is only charging $5 for a digital copy, $4.99 probably, and $8.99 for a print copy, well, if you are charging $8 for a digital copy and $15 for a print copy, you better have something to back it up with. And this is just a little FYI saying, well, those books are garbage and my book is the best. I worked really hard at it and I can't believe those other people. Just stop. Please, just stop. Get over yourself. Guarantee you, you're not the next J.K. Rowling. Guarantee you, you're not the next Stephen King. You might be good, don't get me wrong. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of pride in yourself. But being egotistical, it's obnoxious and nobody likes that person. So if that's you, get off your high horse. Please. For your sake as long as everybody else's. So, first you do your research. Then you need to decide how much profit do you want. And that is kind of tricky. I'll give you an example. My book, first book, Arcanis Lament, when I did the print copy, I charged $11.99. I used a site called CreateSpace, which is a division of Amazon. And the reason I charge $11.99 is because at that rate to print, I get $1 a book, roughly $1.50 a book. And don't get me wrong, I mean the book is it's a good sized book, right? It's about like yay thick. I mean, about yay big. All right, it's actually a good sized book. So I don't feel bad charging for it. I've seen other graphic novels in Barnes & Noble, for example, that are around the same size that are charging $14.99. So I think $11.99 is a reasonable deal. But I've actually had, when I went to a few conventions, I've had people who picked it up and they said, that's a little high, don't you think? Well, no, because I want to be able to make a profit. And that's something you have to balance. It's like, do you want to lose money by getting the book printed? And when you're actually doing CreateSpace, it allows you to see when you're trying to charge how much your percentage is, your profit per book, which is why my digital copies are also $6.99. Because again, I'm getting like $1.99 a book I sell. The website who hosts, whether it's Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Smashwords, whatever, they are getting the rest of it. Now, you have to be careful. I've seen authors offer their first book for 99 cents, digital copy, and they say, "Well, I want to get people in," and at that price, most websites aren't taking a percentage of it. It's so low that they're basically hosting your book, and others can buy it and download it, and they're taking almost nothing from it. But you also have to look at it like, is that what I want to charge? A lot of these companies, especially like Amazon, if you want to get something like that, there's a contract a lot of them have that they are allowed to sell your book, place your book on sale whenever they want. You'll get a higher percentage of the profits, but you don't have a choice when your book goes on sale. They decide. So, in other words, let's say they decided that this month they're going to have a lot of indie steampunk authors. They're going to go ahead and put them on sale for 99 cents. Whether you are like, I have a convention I'm going to, and if my book is available for sale for digital for 99 cents, nobody's going to buy a physical copy of it because they already got a digital copy for 99 cents. If that's the case, you don't have anything you can do. There's no recompense. You have to do what the website says because you signed an agreement. So you kind of have to look at it that way. It's like, okay, well, which direction do I go in? And both of them are a gamble, like if you want to have more control over your book, but you're going to get less profit from it, then you may not want to sign up for that agreement. However, if you want more profit and are okay with the book going on sale, whether you wanted to or not, then you may want to go with the second option. It is up to each individual author to pick which direction they want to go into. This is one of those cases that I can't give you any advice. I can tell you that I personally have control issues, so I do not want my book being sold for a sale price unless I give permission. So I went with I get less of a percentage, but I also control my rights to the book. To me, that was important. For you, maybe it's not so much. And that's each author has to decide for themselves which one is acceptable. Now, of course, you can always, if you have your own domain, you can put your book on sale on your website. But you also have to look at it this way. Most people who use e-readers, there's only a few out there that are really well known. The Nook from Barnes & Noble, the Kindle from Amazon, I think Apple has one. I'm not an Apple user, so I don't know, but I believe they have their own e-reader. But there's only a few. So you have to think of it this way. If you want your book to be able to be downloaded for a lot of readers, you need to make sure that you can actually reach the biggest audience, which means that for most authors I've seen, their own websites actually have links to Amazon, links to Barnes & Noble, and things of that nature where you can purchase their books because it's just easier that way. Each e-format is completely different. I mean, they all have similarities, but they are different. So unless you want to personally code your book so it can be readable on each e-reader so you can sell it yourself, and some of you may be capable of doing that. If you are, good for you. I am not, so I just use the websites that are already up and running because it's a lot easier on me to do. And the biggest thing when you're deciding to sell your art, sell your writing, because that's what this one's about, you have to accept that at first it's not going to be. We all have this dream of when we start selling our work that suddenly the sales are just going to come rolling in, and we're just going to be known as what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an author. We all have that dream. The realism is, because when you're starting off, especially if you are self-publishing, you have to do your own press, you have to do your own advertisement, you have to do all that stuff. When it starts off, the reality is it's going to be slow going. And it's not to say that it can't pick up, because it does, but you have to put in that work. It is require a lot of work, especially if you are self-publishing. You have no agent or publisher behind you to help you out. Even if you do have an agent or publisher, they're going to want to know that you are capable of using social media wisely to drum up interest in your newest book and things of that nature. So, all right, anyway, video's almost done. I try to keep them under 10 minutes. So if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like down below, please. And if you are a first-time viewer, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. I try to do a video once a week. Most of the time, I try to keep them in the vein of artistry and writing and stuff like that. But I do other videos, such, geeky videos, talking about World of Warcraft, Dungeons and Dragons, things of that nature. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, or whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you later.